When you think of Los Angeles basketball, two teams come to mind: the Lakers and the Clippers. Both have had their ups and downs, but let's be real here. The Clippers seem to have the worst luck. From the high-flying days of Lob City to the never-ending saga of Kawhi Leonard's health, it's been a roller coaster of emotions and disappointments. And then there's that wild trade with OKC for Paul George, which still has people scratching their heads. So, what's next for the Clippers with James Harden and Kawhi in the mix? Will they be better off without PG, or will they continue down an unlucky lane? Like and subscribe for more NBA content. The Lakers, with their glittering history, have always been the golden boys of LA. But even they've had their fair share of struggles in recent years. Injuries, coaching changes, and the constant pressure of living up to their legacy have kept them on their toes. Yet, somehow, they managed to stay in the spotlight thanks in part to the star power of LeBron James and Anthony Davis. LeBron brought a renewed sense of hope and excitement when he signed with the Lakers in 2018. His arrival marked a significant turning point for the franchise, which had been struggling to make the playoffs. LeBron's leadership and on-court prowess were instrumental in guiding the Lakers to their 17th NBA championship in 2020, tying them with the Boston Celtics for the most titles in NBA history at the time. However, the subsequent seasons have not been as smooth. The coaching changes have been a contributing factor to this. Frank Vogel, who coached the Lakers during their 2020 championship, was let go after a disappointing 2021-2022 season. Darvin Ham took over with high expectations, but even he has faced challenges in trying to get the team to gel. The Lakers front office has also been busy, constantly tweaking the roster in hopes of finding the right mix of players to support their superstar duo. Despite these efforts, consistency remains elusive, and the pressure to perform continues to mount. The Clippers, on the other hand, have had a rougher time. Remember the excitement of Lob City? Blake Griffin, Chris Paul, and DeAndre Jordan turning every game into a dunk contest? It was electrifying. But for all the hype, Lob City never really took off in the playoffs. Yet, despite their regular season success, they could never make it past the second round of the playoffs. The reasons were many: injuries to key players at crucial moments, internal conflicts, and questionable coaching decisions. Blake Griffin's injuries were particularly frustrating for the Clippers. His explosive style of play made him a fan favorite, but it also took a toll on his body. Griffin missed significant time due to various injuries, and his absence was keenly felt during crucial playoff games. Chris Paul, known for his tenacity and skill, also had his share of injuries, including a broken hand that sidelined him during an important playoff series. The combination of these setbacks and the team's inability to perform under pressure earned them the unfortunate label of underachievers. Then came Kawhi Leonard, the silent assassin with a talent for making big plays and, unfortunately, frequent appearances on the injured list. Kawhi's health has been a huge question mark. It's like having a Ferrari that spends more time in the garage than on the road. When he's on the court, he's incredible, but his injuries have made it tough for the Clippers to build any real momentum. Kawhi joined the Clippers in 2019, bringing with him high hopes and a proven championship pedigree. Leonard had just led the Toronto Raptors to their first ever NBA championship, earning Finals MVP honors in the process. His decision to join the Clippers, along with Paul George, signaled a new era for the franchise. However, Leonard's tenure with the Clippers has been marred by injuries. He missed the entire 2021-22 season due to an ACL injury and has continued to struggle with maintaining his health. Leonard's load management strategy, intended to preserve his long-term health, has been a double-edged sword. While it aims to prevent further injuries, it has also disrupted the team's continuity and chemistry. Experts have debated the effectiveness of this approach, with some arguing that it prevents players from developing a consistent rhythm and cohesion. But despite these challenges, Leonard's impact on the court is undeniable. His defensive prowess, scoring ability, and calm demeanor under pressure makes him a game changer. At least, when he's available to play. And who can forget the blockbuster trade with OKC to land Paul George? The Clippers gave up a king's ransom, including an emerging star and a treasure trove of draft picks. At the time, it seemed like a bold move that could pay off big time. But as the seasons rolled on, it became clear that George, despite his talent, couldn't single-handedly change the Clippers' fortunes. The trade for Paul George in 2019 was one of the most significant moves in franchise history. The Clippers traded Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Danilo Gallinari, and a haul of draft picks to the Oklahoma City Thunder to pair George with Kawhi Leonard. The move was intended to create a superstar duo capable of competing for championships. Initially, the partnership showed promise, with the Clippers becoming one of the top teams in the Western Conference. However, like Leonard, George has also been plagued by injuries and inconsistent performances in the playoffs. In the 2020 playoffs, the Clippers suffered a shocking second-round exit after blowing a 3-1 lead to the Denver Nuggets. George's subpar performance in Game 7, where he struggled with his shooting, was heavily criticized. Dubbed Pandemic P by fans and critics alike, George faced immense scrutiny. He bounced back with solid regular season performances, but his playoff struggles have continued to overshadow his contributions. The Clippers' investment in George never yielded the desired results, and it's safe to say that the trade was one of their biggest mistakes ever. Now, with Paul George leaving for Philly, the Clippers are in yet another transition phase. Adding James Harden into the mix with Kawhi Leonard sounds like a recipe for success, but let's be real. It's also a potential recipe for disaster. Harden has his own history of playoff struggles and off-court distractions. The Clippers' future is as unpredictable as ever. Harden, a former MVP and one of the most prolific scorers in NBA history, comes with his own set of challenges. Known for his ball-dominant style of play and questionable commitment to conditioning, Harden's addition to the Clippers raises questions about team chemistry and fit. Harden's playoff record has also been a subject of debate for years. Despite his scoring prowess, he's often faltered in critical moments. His time with the Houston Rockets saw numerous playoff exits, many of which were attributed to his inability to perform under pressure. The Clippers are hoping that pairing Harden with Kawhi Leonard will create a formidable duo capable of leading them deep into the playoffs. However, skeptics are not convinced. The combination of Harden's off-court lifestyle and Leonard's health issues could spell trouble for a team already struggling with consistency. So what's with the rebranding in the new arena? Is this necessary? Some might say the Clippers need a fresh start, a new identity that isn't tied to their past failures. A shiny new arena could help, but at the end of the day, it's the players on the court who matter. You can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig, right? The Clippers' rebranding efforts, including the construction of a new arena in Inglewood, are part of a broader strategy to establish their own identity separate from the Lakers. The Intuit Dome, set to open later in 2024, promises to be a state-of-the-art facility designed to enhance the fan experience. The move is seen as a way to shed the little brother image and create a distinct home court advantage. Steve Ballmer, the team's owner, has been vocal about his vision to make the Clippers a premier franchise in the NBA. However, building a new arena and rebranding can only do so much. The true test lies in the team's performance on the court. After all, the Clippers' history of underachievement cannot be erased by a new logo or a shiny building. So guys, hit the comments below and tell us what you think about these two teams from LA. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, I guarantee you'll enjoy these two.